What was it like living in Tanzania? Because I'm sure, like most guests we have on it, we can always share the experience of China and other places around Southeast Asia, but it's pretty rare foreigners living in Tanzania. As a foreigner, what was it like?
It was difficult. I'd say there's a lot of corruption and a lot of poverty. At that time, I think Tanzania was the 5th poorest country in the world. So you see a lot of misery due to poverty, malnutrition, people dying of malaria. I mean, it's so poor that you think about it, you can cure malaria for $10 US. You know, you just buy a couple pills, you take them for 2 days. That's it. It's a bacteria, right? That's growing your body. But people are still dying from that because if you don't have $10, you don't have $10. And if nobody around you has $10, how do you get $10 to cure malaria or, you know, and you can never get rid of malaria by yourself. It breeds in your body. It's bacterial, right? So that's why there's no like vaccine against malaria. It's not a virus.
So you see, I mean, it's pretty.
Oh yeah, we would.
It's all over.
Sometimes
I mean, not the malaria side, but like the poverty side.
Oh yeah, it's just, you know, and there's a lot of crime due to that, right? I mean, the theft and it's pretty safe. The people there were, you know, of course, there's some areas that are more dangerous than others, but it was difficult. And after you know, when the internet became better and there was iPhones, well, then the DVD shop eventually didn't work out. Internet cafes disappeared because everyone, I mean, can get a cheap, you know,
Nokia
or a Samsung, a cheap Android phone. You know, everybody was finding a way to get them, and secondhand phones and stuff. So, so yeah, we started. I moved there first. My partner stayed in China, and then yeah, I started. I was in Dar es Salaam for a year, and then we moved up to Arusha for 2 years, and we bought the Land Cruisers, and we invested in that. And at that time, Magufuli, who's dead now, he died this year. I think.
President?
Yeah, he died. He had just come into power, so we had been before I moved over, we sent like 6 containers of secondhand cars from Hong Kong. We were doing that because they drive like in Thailand on the left hand side, right? So yeah. So we did that and we shipped them over, and then he came in. There was an election at the time. I think it was in September, October. And then he's like, okay, the way he got into to win the election, he's like, I'm going to get rid of all the corruption in Tanzania. So everybody voted him in. And he's like, we're starting with the port. So basically, he closed the port after we had sent our containers. And then our containers were like on the sea waiting for ages. And then we had to store them. And we were paying, I don't remember how much it was, like $100 a day per container or something like that. And they were stuck for months. So it was just like training. And then once he came in to power, everybody's the easy money wasn't flowing around. The people were more scared to you know, they started checking the bank accounts and becoming really strict, right? Make sure people were paying their taxes. So people stopped buying secondhand cars. Now I've got tons of cars. There's 3 in Canada. We have like 20 cars. I'm putting them everywhere. We're trying to sell them. No one's buying them. I'm trying to sell them super cheap. We were like losing on them. You know what I mean? Like we're like, fuck. So anyways, I managed to get some investment to finish off buying off the Land Cruisers and setting up the business. And it was a good business, but then he also increased the park fees. He added like a 28% increase on the park fees to go in. So then all of a sudden, it was way cheaper to go on safari in Kenya, which was 200 kilometers north of Arusha. And 10% of the Serengeti is in Kenya, which is not most of the animals are in Tanzania. But hey, if your holiday is going to be half the price, right? Because going on safari is not cheap, right?
Oh, you're talking $5-7 grand.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Easy. You know, it depends. There's 3-day, 5 days, 7-day, 10-day, 14-day packages, you know, and if you're doing like 3-star, 4-star, 5-star, right? But anyways, yeah. And so yeah, it didn't work. It failed. And I was like, okay. And, you know, Claire, Luke and I were like, okay, we have enough of it. You know, I was just like, yeah, let's just get out of here. But while I was there, the last year that I was there, I also had a company in China called Harbin Institute of Technology, and they hired me as a consultant. So I was in Tanzania a month, and then I'd be in China a month, and a Tanzania month, and in China a month, like that for a year, which was hard on the family because they're alone there, and it's, you know, and hard on me because I was worried. But yeah, that's when I started coming to visit you, because we've been friends, like over 10 years now.
Yeah.
10, 15 years. So, so yeah, I started popping in to see you, and then I was like, yeah, this place is awesome. And then I brought Claire here, check it out. And then when I was like closing the business, selling the Land Cruisers, selling my van, my truck, just getting rid of all my stuff, right? I was like, okay, where do we go? And she was like, Phuket. I was like, yes. I said that inside though. I was like, okay.
If you enjoyed this content, we're doing 5 clips like this a week. If you want to watch the full podcast, click here.